What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All Things Super. I am one of your hosts, Spider, and I'm joined once again by the Inspector of Cups, Mr. VIP, Frankie Washington. How are you doing today, sir?
I am infinitely curious about my cup. It just was not in a position where I can drink it.
You know, you could just you could just rotate the cup
with your wrist, right? You gotta. That's how you do it. Refreshing. I am infinitely awesome, sir. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. I am.
Is there a Mr. in front of that? Are you Mr. Wonderful or are you just wonderful?
No, just wonderful.
Hombre wonderful.
What are you saying?
I said hombre wonderful. Like Feliz Navidad. La 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 la. Shout out to all my Hispanic listeners.
I don't think they want that shout out.
He's talking about I spoke authentic Spanish just now. Just not Spanish from Earth, from somewhere else.
Spanish from somewhere else.
They call it dialect Spanish, maybe from not Earth. Not everybody knows it.
Fantastic start to the show. But if you don't know what this is All Things Super, where every week we take a piece of superpowered movie, TV shows, even trailers. We watch them, we react to them, we break them down, we review them, and we ask the question, is it super?
Is it?
Is it?
Or is it just your imagination? You thought it was super, but it really wasn't. We're here to find out.
We are here to find out. But if you like that, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super.
Look it up.
Streaming platform.
We're there.
And if you want to follow us on social, just click the link in the description below, and you can find us where we reside on the internet.
Been there for a while now. I mean, leave a comment and we'll read it.
The older we get, the longer we've been on the internet.
Dispute it. I dare you to dispute it. I dare you to try to dispute it. And here's something else I want to say too. For the people that's leaving comments and not spelling words correctly, I still read it. It don't make no sense, but I read it. It reminds me of myself. So I don't use words that make sense.
It reminds him of him speaking his intergalactic Spanish.
Yeah, you need a universal translator like Peter Quill.
There you go.
Then you'll understand if it's super or not. If you don't have one of the words, we'll break it down for you. And if you clicked on this thumbnail, do you already know that you don't get in a submarine and go down to the bottom of the ocean and see the Titanic? You already know this. If you clicked on this thumbnail,
I don't think you needed to click on the thumbnail to know that.
If you clicked on this thumbnail, you have consent that you know not to go to the bottom of the ocean in a submarine to see the Titanic.
Controlled by a lot of tech joys.
Shout out to the joystick. Think about the conversation like, this is so real. It vibrates so much. I know I can navigate through.
I don't know. I don't know what the thought process behind it was. I won't even.
It's a billionaire thought process.
It is a billionaire thought process, but that's not what we are here to talk about. We are here to watch and react to the brand new trailer that just dropped today, as we are recording this video.
Yeah, it did.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, potentially the final movie of the DCEU.
Yeah, you said DCEU because it's no longer the DCEU. It's now just the DCEU. A.Y. Gregory. That's what it is now. Google it.
Google it.
DCEU Gregory. It's not in Google. Did you Google it? It's not there. Unless you put it there on Wikipedia. I might have homework to do.
People on Wikipedia are quick.
It might be there.
It might be there by now.
If it's there now, I'm scared. That's how powerful I am.
That's just how powerful the internet is.
There it is. I can live with that too.
But yeah, so this trailer just dropped. Neither of us have any idea. I don't even know what the story of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is, so I have no idea
Is
what's going to
Black
happen.
Manta in it? If Black
I
Manta is not
believe.
in it, it's so funny when they had Harley Quinn. Is Harley Quinn on the on HBO? I don't know where it's on now because it's probably in syndication off of HBO. But if you guys see Harley Quinn,
I don't think it
uh,
is. It's
well,
just
we don't
still
know
on
if they're gonna
Max.
be. I say this for the people in the future.
There you go.
There you go. So was it the little short guy named Doctor
Dr. Psycho?
Psycho? Yeah, and he's like, "What did you tell Black Man?" He's like, "Nothing racist." I always remember that now when I think about Black Man. Nothing racist, because he said something and Black Man threw him against the wall or something. I don't remember. But Aquaman is here. Jason Momoa is back,
Is Arthur Curry.
growling underwater because that's what people want to see Jason Momoa do. They want to see him growl. They love
Is
his
that what they want to see him do?
animalistic mannerisms that he do. Yeah, have you watched Saw?
No, I haven't watched it.
But there you go. There's certain growls is for actors that people want. They want Villains Eddie Tom Hardy's to growl. They want Jason Momoa to growl. They want Dave Bautista to kind of grunt a little bit, and we all want Rick Ross to grunt too. Oh, it's just that's what the people want, right?
I'm
You
not
got to give the
in
people
that
what they
camp.
want.
I mean, that's what they say, but I guess.
You want Chuck Norris to have a beard. You see him without one, you're like, what happened?
I can't
You know?
not say that I've ever
You
seen
want
Chuck
Bruce
Norris
Lee to
without a
kick
beard.
you want Bruce Lee to kick somebody, but you really want Bruce Lee to bleed secretly because you know when he sees his own blood, you feel sorry for the dude that made him bleed instantly. Like that's where the quote came from. You don't know, nah. You know you don't know, right? Well, that came from Menace, but Menace is Society.
We are getting so far off.
We are right where we need to be in the water.
In the
I'm
water.
in the kiddie pool. Well, don't say that because
please.
Like,
yep.
Why you in that kiddie pool?
Sometimes you just got to take a second.
There's no kids in it though. I'm in the kiddie pool with no kids on one of those little floaties. Kids in school, what it should be.
But we're going to watch the trailer for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So let's go ahead and give it a watch and see how it goes.
Let's see this thing.
4 years ago, I was basically unemployed. A wanderer.
There he is. There's the boat. There's the lighthouse.
And a father.
A father?
Yeah, because it's all about family.
I don't know how you did it, Pops.
You hear the grunts? You hear the... Oh, wow.
I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis.
Okay. How much does that pay?
1 billion people from every known species.
No idea.
Call this place home.
All right, we're looking at visuals here. We're looking at visuals.
I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy.
There he is.
I'm gonna murder his family.
We come to this place.
To ash.
He must be stopped, or a global meltdown is imminent.
Okay.
I think I know someone who might be able to help us. Ooh, you look rough.
Not really sure who this character is supposed to be. Oh, is that Jan? Is that his brother? Yeah, it was.
True king builds bridges, right?
Oh, okay. I was like, what did he just run into a wall on purpose?
We need to find men.
I kind of get a Loki, Thor kind of brotherly thing going on.
Suit looks great.
Black Trident. During King Atlan's time,
All
there were
right.
7 kingdoms. The Trident was a curse upon them all.
There's a lot going on.
Spreading. He means to end the bloodline.
There's a lot going on.
But we can't leave our
Yeah.
children in a world without hope.
You're not as bad at this as you think. If you lead, the Seven Kingdoms will follow.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 years.
I'm gonna bring this right back up here. Spider.
Yeah.
Aquaman has a sequel,
Yeah.
and he's a dad now.
Yes.
This is a reoccurring trope now. We feel like all of our superheroes must be fathers. Iron Man had Morgan, and he
Yeah.
also had Peter Parker, right? He was a mentor of Peter.
Right.
Hawkeye became a mentor of Kate. Plus,
Yeah.
he already had his own kids.
Right.
More DC. DC have Damian Wayans that, James Gunn is doing the new Batman. It's going to have Damian Wayans in,
Mm-hmm.
which is the son of Batman, Bruce Wayne. We also have the son of Superman. In fact, they just did an animation with the two sons, Superman's son and Damian Wayne. Why is it important that we establish this offspring now? Are we thinking same like a young team, maybe like a young Justice, or are we thinking the heroes now just needs to be fathers?
I think they use it as some type of motivation. They have to have something to fight for. Because as far as Young Justice is concerned, I don't think that, at least from the animated series, it was Aqualad. It was Black Manta's son that was, the leader of Young Justice. So not Aquaman's son. But I think it is now I have something to fight for. I have something at stake. I have something to ground me. Because with Tony Stark and Endgame, his whole thing was bring back what we lost, don't lose what we've gained. We want to make sure that everybody that we lost in the blip comes back, but I don't want to
erase or take away
take away
family and everything that
exactly.
we created.
Yeah, so it gives him that motivation. But again, also, like you said, his mentorship to Peter Parker, that what motivated him to perfect time travel to make it possible for them to get him back. Now I just think that I do 100% agree that it's a trope, but I think that is just because now they have something to fight for. Because
we can't motivate our heroes any other way but to
absolutely we can. But I mean, it's like if we go into this movie and we say, okay, so what is Arthur Curry's motivation? Because we saw in the first movie he was reluctant to be king of Atlantis. He didn't want to rule. So, and I'm guessing that this movie will answer the question as to what made him change his mind. Why is he, why is he okay to being king now? And does it have something to do with the fact that he has a child, or does he want to get closer to his mother now that he finds out that his mother's alive?
It's been 4 months.
Has it, between the end of the movie?
That's what he said. He said it's been 4 months. He said 4 months ago I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
So
if it's only been 4 months, then
you do the math. Let that math for a second.
Should not be bored.
Let that math for a second.
Unless in some unknown scene he got somebody pregnant in the last movie.
Well,
but I mean,
he's only was one love interest in the movie, and we never seen him.
But would Orm Orm grow all of that, the long hair and the
That
beard
was
and all
the
that stuff in 4
second thing that
months?
I was actually going to come to. That was the second thing that I was going to come to. If it's only been 4 months, what happened? Did he fall into a time vortex?
Who knows?
Oh, sorry, wrong. We come to this place.
Oh,
Hey, listen. What I do love about this is the fact that is that the lighthouse that Black Manta decimated?
looks like it.
Yep, looks like it. So you know what happens when you invite Black Manta to your house for a house party? He brings the house down on top of itself. Don't invite. I like the fact that because again, Black Manta for an Aquaman villain is one of the main villains, right? He's
Right.
a serious menace to Aquaman. You're not going to undermine him or take away from his menacingness, right? Here's the kicker. I like that they made him the main villain here. And if you've seen the first Aquaman, he has really deep motivations, as Aquaman did not save his father when they were trying to, for whatever reason, take over a submarine. I understand. I'm going to avenge my father. With that being said, this is not that. This is I feel like this is all over the place, and I'm saying this for a trailer, and that's not a good thing that you want to have in your trailer.
Right.
I don't think the motivations are straightforward. So, like you said, the motivations for Arthur, for Aquaman, for Arthur Curry, Aquaman is the fact that I'm going to stop this guy because I have a kid, and my kid is inherited to the throne, and I need to make sure there's a throne for him to inherit. But Black Manta wants to do more than destroy Aquaman. He wants to take over the seven seas, I guess. I'm wondering. Right? Isn't that the motivation? Does he even know he has a son? Do we even care that he has a son?
Honestly, don't know.
Is Thorn dried out? Is that why he
Orm.
looks? His name is Armpit?
Orm.
Pit. So he's dried out, and then when he gets wet, he gets buff. He's like a ShamWow. He's a ShamWow of what are we doing with this movie? Who's gonna watch this? This is not a part of James Gunn new DCU. KYL. It's not, this is not that. This is the last little bit of the remnants of the DCEU. So we know James Gunn has nothing to really do with this. This was kind of already recorded. It was in the can. I don't think people are going to come out for this.
I mean,
that's just my prediction. That's just my prediction, Mr. VIP for Washington's prediction for this Aquaman. I don't see much. Now, I could be 1,000% wrong. I've been wrong before about a lot of things. Or maybe it's just me. Spider, what you think? I'm going to sip on this drink.
We talked about this when we were reviewing the trailer for Blue Beetle. And although the trailer for Blue Beetle looked fun, it looked interesting, we had the inclination that it wouldn't do well just based off of it being a DC property. And even more so for Aquaman, I feel like you said, who's going to come and see this? I don't know. I don't know who the audience is for this. In my personal life, I don't know any Aquaman fans.
You know Jason Momoa fans though, right?
I mean, some. And I wouldn't call myself a Jason Momoa fan, but I enjoy watching him act. I enjoy his lighthearted, comedic styling where he can be intimidating in one scene and be like kind of goofy and a kooky in another scene. I mean, I feel like it plays better for some characters than others. I don't think that, like seeing Aquaman have his, what I thought was like gold plated armor or something, just hanging out on a line of dry. And I didn't know Aquaman could turn invisible. I didn't know
Never
that was
saw
the
that.
thing that he
Never
could
saw
do.
that at all. Yep. This
Uh,
is felt like the Wonder Woman thing when they showed her swinging from clouds.
I guess because it's a different suit, so I guess it's a stealth suit.
It makes sense. I mean, he's invisible, but at the
And
same time,
but I mean, it's not like he had a covering over his face. It was just his whole body was invisible, but his face and his hands were uncovered. So I don't know how the technology works. But I guess if he beat Orm to win the throne, did he put him in prison? And then if he was the one that put him in prison, why does he have to stealthily break him out of prison? If he's the king, can't he just
go
release
down
him?
there and say, release him because I said so. I'm the goddamn king.
Right.
And you're asking legitimate questions. Why would he have to fight anything in the ocean if he's the king of the ocean?
Well, he did say that
Shouldn't all creatures
he did
bow
say that
down to him?
some creatures don't like him. He did say that in his monologue thing. But I guess the Lost Kingdom that the title is referring to, Kingdom
Area,
of Undead, I guess.
area where you don't get no respect around here. We know who you is, king. You don't get no respect around here. We lost like them boys.
It's weird that a
It's
movie that's supposed to take place in the ocean, they seem
are they
dead set
doing
on
yoga?
having to go back to the desert. No, I think they were doing like some like a Samoan haka, maybe.
Okay.
But why do they keep
Okay.
going back to the desert? They had to go into the desert in the first movie. Now they're going back to
Well-
the desert because Orm is in prison in the desert.
Well, Aquaman's weakness is he's like a sponge. So if you dry him out, he's supposed to get weak. Kind of like what they did with Namor in MCU. If the sun hits you right, you tan up and you can't move, you need to be in a sauna. So you think that, but then like you said, they're in the desert yet again, and then armpits in the desert. But like you said, if your brother puts you in the desert, first of all, do you really trust Orm to come back and be like, oh, I'll just play by your rules? And, since you're the king now, I don't see it. And I don't know why he sees it, but okay. Like, you don't even know this guy. It's like, your
Right.
interaction with him, he was trying to
kill you.
Well, he said, I don't want to kill you. He said, I don't want to kill you, brother. Which, again, took all the tension out of the movie because, like, if you don't want to kill me, then why we just can't talk this out?
Exactly.
So, I
will say
I had
the Black Manta costume.
Oh yeah, it's gotten
Looks
a lot better.
Amazing.
It got a lot better. Remember the first one? How it was like huge and bulky, and the eyes were like huge and bulky.
I feel like this is as close to comic book accurate as any suit that I've seen in about any superhero movie.
I can agree with that. Shout out to the team that put that together. And here's the other thing: the Black Trident. I felt like this should have been just a spin-off show for Manta. Just show him doing Manta things, make Manta anti-hero, just anti-villain.
I mean, that was never Black Manta's thing, though, was it?
I feel like I want to see more Black Manta in this than anything else.
I mean, definitely in the movie.
But he's not going to be utilized properly. I mean, but at the same time, his motivation is kind of all over the place too, because you can find Arthur It's not hard. In fact, they show him destroying his house.
Yeah, but I'm
So
thinking that it's gonna be some type of, because they're talking about the power of the Black Trident and how it's spreading. It's gonna like have some effect on his mind and make him vengeful and all this other
please,
kind.
please don't do that.
Well, I mean,
His motivations
him
are already
sitting
clear.
in the chair with his
With
eyes
green
glowing
eyes.
green. So
Yeah,
obviously,
maybe he had a lantern ring. He had a green lantern ring.
If he would have any ring, it would be a red ring.
You don't think it would be a black ring?
No, I don't think so. Because the black ring is the ring of the undead. Well, I mean, which is essentially what the Trident is doing.
There's clearly,
But
there you go.
I don't think he'd have a black.
Okay.
And then I know it's gonna be just a CG fest, because at least with the first movie we had a lot of like the fight scenes and the chase scenes took place on the surface, right? They were running through Greece or wherever they were when they were like looking for the different clues, and the people were coming after them, so they had the fight scene, like actual fight scene. But it seems like a lot of this is going to be taking place on the water, so a lot of it, of course, is going to be done digitally. And
this ain't no way to water, I can tell you that.
It's not. And so I know that there's going to be some stuff that just doesn't look great.
From James, the other James. Cameron, the other James Bond.
The other James.
The other water movie James. Okay, so
I mean, and just even that scene, kind of him just jumping up in the air, it just looks like it really didn't look like because this is supposed to be a forceful move that's blowing everybody back, and it doesn't look like he put any effort into.
I think what you're witnessing is get ready for the people. I'm not ready. Aquaman fart. That's what I think you're seeing.
And fart.
Aquaman fart, and it takes them airborne. And what you see in the guys fly backwards because of the smell. Was that King Shark? Was that King Shark that was over there? I don't think it was King Shark, because I think
I just think those were
great white, just like
sharks.
a hammerhead.
Yeah,
okay, they're
sharks.
just guards. Yeah, because I'm looking at Arthur's hands. Is he captured?
I think he's in handcuffs. I think they must be going to some, like he was saying, that there are some of the realms that don't like him as a king. So I think they still follow
you're
Orm.
Gonna be the prisoner.
So
and
that's why Orm is like
in.
dressed and Arthur is in just like regular clothes. So they're infiltrating somewhere. He's acting like he's been captured.
Are you getting a brotherly vibe from this?
Absolutely not.
Listen, they had to bring. I mean, don't get it twisted.
What's his name? Jason Patrick.
The first Aquaman made like $800 million. So the sequel was definitely going to be made, and they wanted to utilize everybody that made the first movie a success, right? I don't know from this trailer. Looking at the trailer that's provided for this story, I don't know if they successfully utilized everybody with this storyline. I know you got to have all of it in the story. I feel like it should have been more of a slow burn, like built up to this Manta Aquaman fight.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna get Manta into this and saying I'm doing this for my father and I'm gonna take everything from you away slowly, take us through that journey. Like, do the Thanos treatment. Take us through Manta and show us him getting the black trident and what it means, and have somebody trying to talk Manta out of it, and just show Arthur doing dad stuff.
I mean, who's gonna try to talk him out of it?
That's what I'm saying. He needs somebody to try to talk him out of it, and he's doubling down, saying he took my father from me. He took my father, and show how much the father-son relationship was, and give us those clips of how Aquaman turned his back on him and didn't save him, and like really give us like the emotional beats of it, and have Aquaman in the fight at the end be like, dude, you the villain. Like, you are robbing the submarine. Like, what would I say? I don't have to save you. And it's like, no, you're gonna have to die because you don't even know what the truth. Because we bypass this because Aquaman's supposed to be this badass, right? But heroes save people. It doesn't matter whether they're good or bad. They save them. They let the judicial system sentence them.
Right.
That's where, in my opinion, Mr. VIP, Frankie Washington's opinion, where they messed up with the first Aquaman, when he turned his back on them and didn't save them. So I know what you're about to say. Well, Mr. VIP, Frankie Washington, Batman, one of the greatest heroes of all time, didn't save Ra's al Ghul in the first Batman. He said, I'm not going to save you. What did he say? I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. And he left the train crashed, and he died.
Did he?
Yes. Or did he? Wink, wink. Spell it out, W-I-N-K. And then spell it out again. Interesting that you say that, but at the same time, that was so close to the end of the movie, you can't help but to take away, all the other stuff he did or tried to do in the movie. Right. And then the last thing I was like, oh wow, Batman, that was kind of hard. That's a fart. That's kind of horrible that you didn't save Ra's al Ghul, but at the same time, Ra's al Ghul was a tyrant, and you can see it at the level that Ra's al Ghul was. You're not about to just arrest him. He has a whole system in his pocket. So I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna let you think about it while this train crashed for something that you did. You did this. Mm-hmm. The only thing I did was have Gordon blow up the bridge so you wouldn't destroy the city. And if you survive, you survive. And if you don't, you don't.
I mean, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, is when you had that Aquaman in the first movie deliberately turned his back and said, I don't have to save you. And to me, you're not the hero any longer.
No, but I think that because it happened so early in the movie, and we see that his origin or his hero story was that he had to come to terms that he is a good person. So
is he though?
I'm not saying that he is. That's why I used air quotes.
But, I didn't see the quotes. But I was busy looking at this carbonous on the screen.
But that was supposed to be like his redemption arc going throughout the movie. Now he's actually caring about the people of Atlantis, which I still don't really think that he ever really cared about the people of Atlantis. They really just frame it as if Orm is not stopped, then he's going to wage war on the surface world.
On the surface world.
And
right.
You're the only person that can stop him because you have a rightful claim to the throne. And so that was literally the only reason that he did it.
And you have a connection to both worlds.
Right. And so that was literally like, other than that, he never really said that he cares about the people. And it wasn't like he gave this rousing speech to the people of Atlantis saying, I was gone, but I see the beauty of Atlantis and I'm home now and I want to be one of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And let me into your society, accept me and allow me to be better for you.
Right. Will we see something for him to prove himself to the people of Atlantis that he should be their king? I don't know. But I feel like that's something that's necessary if you want us to believe that he's being accepted as the king of Atlantis.
Well, he stopped this centipede looking vehicle from crashing into something, if that's what's supposed to happen.
Maybe.
And then he leaves and go to the desert to fight and then get his brother who gets wet and farts.
I don't know. It had to be more than, I don't know exactly. I know he said 4 months, but I don't know.
Just go ahead and call it, Spider. Go ahead and call it.
I will go into this movie with an open mind, just like I do with everything else. But I will not go into the movie with high expectations.
I'm gonna need those expectations lower than Australia. I need the expectations to be down underwater. If the whole kingdoms come together, just to make him king again. He's already king. Oh, where are we going with this movie? It's a lot of punchy. A lot of punchy.
Yeah.
I had hopes. Now it's
Did you?
no. No.
I don't know. But let
I
us
do.
let us know what you thought about the trailer for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Do you share our sentiments, or do you have high hopes for this movie? You think they can actually, for the final film of the DCEU, can they pull out a successful one?
I think they're gonna lose money on this one. I don't know what the budget was for it, but I don't think they're gonna make it back. Well, I say that the first Aquaman made 800 million.
Right.
So
we don't know.
The star power of Jason Momoa grunting and probably getting peed on in that section. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened and they cut it because the baby started laughing. He probably got peed on.
You know what? You are absolutely right. You are probably
so this
right.
this part right here, he stops this,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's now a man of the people.
Sure. We'll call it that. But let us know. Just remember, if you like the video, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And if you want to follow us on social media, just click the link in the description of the video to find us.
Hashtag Black Manta movie. There you go. That's what we need.
Black Manta.
We need a Black Manta movie, and yeah, well, probably not after this. I don't know.
I'm thinking back.
You should never have a trailer that leaves you with I don't know. You should have a trailer that leaves you with
I want to see this.
Exactly.
But I'm trying to think of the DCEU history of villains. If we just look at the villains that we've gotten in the DCEU,
we got Steppenwolf. We got Darkseid.
I mean, was he really a villain? Because if you didn't watch the Snyder Cut, you haven't really seen Darkseid.
We got.
And did he really even do anything?
Calendar Man.
I don't think Calendar Man has been in DCEU movies. But no, we had Doomsday, we had Zod.
Calendar Man was in Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but was he
a James Gunn's brother?
Was he a villain?
He's a villain. He made an appearance.
Was he an antagonist of the movie is what I'm saying.
He was in Blackgate prison.
Was he an antagonist of the movie? I'm talking about the main antagonist of the movie, the person that the heroes are going up against.
Hashtag Calendar Man.
All I'm saying is that as far as fully developed villains, I don't believe that we've really had any CE.
Just the Joker. Listen, we're still living off the Heath Ledger performance of the Joker. We're still deep in our hearts, and everything else in comparison seems to have failed. And Christopher Nolan said he was done with superhero movies. So James Gunn is here, and I think like everybody else, we're excited to see what he does with the DCU. I think this is not going to do what they think it's going to do, but it was already in a pipeline. Here's the question.
No, it's true.
Here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Should they have waited and let James Gunn do his thing and kind of lay the foundation and the groundwork, get things kind of going, and have a couple of hits with Superman Legacy, have a couple of hits with a couple other things, and then drop this? And that way you could still have Jason Momoa inside of your DCU.
I'm pretty sure that all falls into contractual things, having to put out a movie in a certain time frame, and so they had to get it out.
They should have left it in.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll
see.
Well, we shall see.
Hey, is they gonna make him the new Hal Jordan? Or not Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart?
Is it gonna make who the new Jon Stewart?
Black Manta.
Why? Why would they make him Jon Stewart? He's already going over to the MCU.
Yeah, he's Wonder Man.
Yeah,
that's on hold right now.
So everything's on hold right now.
Pay people. People need to be paid. That's all I can say.
And that might
with
be
that.
another reason why it doesn't really do well, because a lot of people are boycotting going to see movies because they don't want to support
Oh.
these production studios.
Oh, so this is just a write-off. Was that Dolph Lundgren?
No, I don't think that was Dolph Lundgren's character as the king.
Maybe
He was a
maybe
different king. He had red hair, I think.
Maybe he was doing Expendables when they did this. Scheduling conflicts, perhaps. What about what about the suit? I'm gonna ask a question about the suit and then we can go.
It looks bulky and uncomfortable. To say that he had this suit when that suit, he had that hanging on the clothesline. That does not look like the same thing that he had hanging on a clothesline. What's hanging on a clothesline looks like a shirt. This looks like a piece of plastic molded to his body. In the scene where he was running up to, I guess, see the house that was on fire. I don't know exactly where that was in all of this. But it just looked like it looked uncomfortable. It doesn't look like I can tell that they wanted to do something practical, because of course something tactile, something that's actually there, not only does at times it looks better, but then it's more cost effective because you're not having a CG in the outfit and they have to basically track the actor's movement with the mocap and all of that kind of stuff. So I can understand them wanting to do practical, but it just looks bulky because even though he's in shape, he's not as big. And it's like you can really see the comparison between the two, because here, like, he's a big dude. Don't get me wrong, he's a big dude.
But the muscles are in the suit. The muscles are in the shirt.
It's literally, it's just too bulky. And you don't have to make it that bulky, because it's Jason Momoa. You can just put him in a... It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I can see this as the MTV Movie Award winner for 2024. Aquaman. The underwater escapade.
It's gonna be up for best something. Not gonna be up for best movie. Might be up for best fight or something. I don't know.
Not best visuals, because I'm not seeing that. I think we regressed.
Might be up for best villain, depending on what they do with Black Manta.
Why does he have a huge scar in his face and then we cut right back where he doesn't have a scar at all?
You gotta ask the people who cut together the trailers.
Yeah, and then at the same time, he looks like his elbows are locked in place with this suit on. I could barely move my arms.
It looked like it just looked like it doesn't move well with him.
It almost looked like he may be CG'd in it. I don't know. Like his head's floating.
I mean, it's possible. They might have did a mixture between the two.
Yeah, it looked like his neckline wasn't matching. I don't know, Spider. I can't see it. We'll watch it.
Yeah.
We come to this place. So I'll watch it.
So sick of that. I'm so ready for them to stop playing.
They will never stop.
Like, we get it. It's been 100 years.
100 years. Every time they say 100 years, I think about Morpheus.
I need to start going to a different movie theater, so I don't have to see that anymore.
Oh. I think they'll have something in contrast.
It's not going to be her. We come to this place, watching her walk through puddles.
Right? You couldn't walk around that puddle? Splash!
Anyway, like you say, we'll see the movie.
Yeah, we don't pull punches here. We'll let you guys know whether it's super or not. We watch these shows so y'all don't have to unless we tell y'all to watch them. And there you go. This one, we wait for the review.
Yeah, wait for the review. But Thank you all for joining us for this reaction to Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. We appreciate all the love and support. We will be back in the next episode, but until then, just remember, keep being super.